Alright, look, before you just walk up in the house, ring the bell. Ring the bell means hit the like button. When you hit the like button, you letting YouTube know that you like this video. And the more people hit the like button, the more people YouTube gonna suggest see the video. So if you rock with the sister here, Wonderland of the Weird, and you want more people to know just how good her content is, please hit the like button, man. She happy for it, I'm happy for it. Us creators, man, we nothing without y'all, and we need y'all help, man. Thank you. Today we gonna talk about a story that just blow my mind, and people don't know if it's true. Some folk think it's just, an urban legend or whatever. It happened in Birmingham, Alabama. I'm a country boy, so they ain't too far from where I stay, a couple of hours or whatever. And this story here, it's probably gonna mess with your mind a little bit. Now, it's about a boy named Darrius. Now, Darrius was supposedly stuffed and would sit on the porch at his mama house back in the 50s or 60s. And, the story just came to light like recently, and it's really didn't just shock people, man. Now, so it started off with some people saying that the boy was murdered and stuff. Some people said that he was hit by a car, and died like that. But the crazy part is that his mama was so messed up when it happened that she preserved his body, had his body stuffed, instead of giving him a regular burial. Now, everybody thought that the family was strange, and most of the school kids were scared to pass dead Darrius on their way to school. And that seemed crazy, but back in the 50s and 60s, I kind of feel like if a cop rode by, and especially there's a lot of racism in Birmingham, so I feel like if he seen it like that, he'd probably be like, yeah, you know what, I don't give a crap, and just keep on rolling, man. So to me, the story don't seem just like too far-fetched or whatever. Now, I'm looking at the picture and stuff, and to me, it's almost like it don't really look like he mummified, It looked like a statue or something, more so than just like mummified, because it don't really look like he dried out like a mummy usually is, you know what I'm saying? The idea of preserving somebody's body and putting it on display, it ain't like, it's something that just never ever happened. Places like Puerto Rico and all that, they do that junk all the time. And they even do it like in Mexico and stuff like that. But we talking about Birmingham in America, in the 50s, 60s, it sound crazy. I could see some rich folk doing that because, they think that they just so high and mighty that, they can't be in the dirt. They got to be preserved for people just to come by and see them. But for somebody, who, most likely probably wasn't too rich, they might have been okay, but, I'm sure they wasn't just balling out of control. So that really sound crazy. So a lot of people was got on a journey to find the real story. Now, one lady named Nicole said that she heard that dead Darrius' real name from glowing.com said that his name could have been Timothy Tuckett or Timmy Tackett, so we might have a name. Now, there's a photo of the house. We sit at the corner of 4th Place North and 11th Court North, and Google Maps shows the location but don't show the house number. So Muggs was getting on Ancestry.com, looking for Tackett or Tuckett family, and the city directories hold the address of every resident and business in the area, and a whole bunch of these books online and stuff, and they go back decades, but there's nobody with that name between them streets. And they say, people just searching, and they found a Taggart family, and they said it's not a coincidence, this got to be the family. Jesse and Ethel Taggart lived at 1122 11th Court North. Now, according to Ancestry.com and FamilySearch.org, it don't look like Jesse and Ethel Taggart had any children. They said they kept on moving, and kept looking through the different neighborhoods, and finally, they found somebody who probably knew the family. His name was Mr. Cleophas. He old Cleophas Riles Jr., a prominent member of the Enon Ridge community. He told me he remembered the Taggarts and even showed me Dr. Ernest Taggart's house, which was right across the street. Doctor. Now, Cleophas Riley referred to dead Darrius as a statue, and that Dr. Ernest Taggart's home was once a glorious one where they held swanky parties. I don't know what swanky mean. I guess that mean not none of them freaky deaky parties. I guess it just mean like popping, lit. They always say not lit, like that mug was lit. I guess they trying to say his parties was lit, man. Mugs was hanging all out the windows, boy. Had the juke machine going and all that. He explained that Dr. Ernest Taggart was an African-American dentist, and his wife Essie Taggart was the secretary-treasurer at Miles College. And the youngsters used to peek through the gates to see what was going on, and there were lots of well-dressed black people. And on the Friday or Saturday night, you could see Ernest and Essie heading to the Cozy Afro Club high atop Enoch Ridge. Now, Dr. Taggart, aka Dr. Feels Good, died in 1968, and the statue which had been inside the house was moved to his brother Jesse Taggart's house a couple of streets over. And that must have been the first time anybody glimpsed at the statue, and perhaps that's when the rumor started then. So I went to both Dr. Ernest Taggart's former home and Jesse Taggart's former home, but could not get an answer. And the teacher I spoke with at Wilkerson School said she had heard the kids talk about dead Darrius for the last 30 years. She said the boy was still on the property well into the 1990s. Then it vanished, and so did the mama. Oh shoot, this junk just got I don't really read stories before I record them. When you hear my reaction, you hearing the real thing, man. So that kind of just messed with me, because I was born in the 90s, man. I'm a 90s baby, man. Rugrats and Angry Beavers and Rocco and Simpsons, Dragon Ball Z. I'm a 90s baby. So, that kind of just messed with me, man. Jesse and Ethel Taggart lived at 1122 4th Place North in Birmingham, and Ethel was a cook or nurse for several doctors, and Jesse worked at a Cipico. I don't know what that is. And the home was built in the 50s and renovated in 61. And public records show Ethel Taggart died in 89 and her husband Jesse died in 96. And at the time, I wasn't sure if there were living relatives, so the search for dead Darrius was at a dead end. Now, after losing interest in the case for a while, I decided to search again. I searched through public databases until I got the name of a man, Lee Taggart. And he told me he was the great nephew of the Taggarts or whatever. Now, he agreed to tell me what he knew. Now, Cleophas Riles had told me that the Taggart house was the green one, and I wanted to confirm it again with Lee since I kept hearing it was the pink house. Y'all know what pink. That's just not pink. I know I be talking country to the mug sometimes. So I got a weird accent because I'm from Chicago and I grew up there, but I've been in Atlanta since I was an adult. So sometimes I could be super country, and then sometimes I can be super not country. And then sometimes just a mix of both. Every now and then I get on the kick where I be saying shouting after everything. Yeah, you know what it is, shout. Now, Lee Taggart was surprised to see me, and surprised to see the photos circulating online. And he never heard the name of dead Darrius, but he remembered the scandal surrounding the boy up on the porch. Now, Lee Taggart thought that the old black and white photo looked nothing like the real statue. He said that don't even come close. If you look at his eyes look sky blue, and they look real, like they be looking at you. The dead Darrius statue, Birmingham stuffed boy, caused traffic jams as people passed in their cars to get a closer look. The traffic was so bad that the police had to investigate and see if there was some human remains inside the statue. Wow, that's crazy. Birmingham investigators found nothing. It was only a statue, but the rumors about his family went on for decades. And it brings up the question, how reliable is passed down stories? But I'm going to tell you one thing about me though, I'm such a sweet talker. I'm such a smooth talker that I could be lying like a mug in a story. And mugs that think it's so real, people be in my comments like, man, I'm glad you survived. And man, how did you make it out of that? Like people people that kind of been around for a minute, they'll be like, oh, they just know I'm just kicking another good story. But people who knew, they be like, can I really be talking about stuff that happened to me? But sometimes I do, but I always throw in a little extra flavor, So people want a little real and a little fake, man. That's what everybody want. In the end, she says she located the statue, and it wasn't swept away in a storm like a bunch of folk thought. The story of dead Darrius is just a deep South urban myth. To find out where it is today, check out Tracy Curry Reyes's Dead Darrius coverage here. So here y'all can see what that thing really got going on, man. Let me read through some of the comments. There's people saying, I remember driving past the statue as a kid and being terrified. It was a statue, they said. The statue didn't look as creepy as that. I guess it was the way the pic took. So, you know, a lot of people saying that it's just a picture that made it look like real creepy like that. This is why this story even got to where it is. And that's because black mugs be lying. Look, I'm gonna tell you something. I ain't finna lie. I'm gonna tell the whole complete truth. Just like I just told y'all a minute ago when I said mugs want to hear a little bit of truth and a little bit of lie or whatever. I got some family members that when they get together, the lies get the flowing, man. I'm talking about, like, we'll be sitting back, me and my brothers, we'll be sitting back and they'll just get to going. And it's like they trying to one up each other's story and be lying to each other about what happened, about stuff that they was both there when it happened, man. The more you listen and the more you believe it, the more they get to lie. The more you get into it, the more they get to lie. Oh man, and don't mess around and get to laughing all hard, boy. They won't stop, bro. I used to love to sit around and hear them get together and lie. So, man, it was some of the best times ever, man. You know, this new generation, we too busy, y'all. You try to keep it real, man. You know, I gotta keep it 100, you know. But shoot, that's our problem, man. We need to get back to getting together, sitting on the porch, and lying, and eating barbecue, lying. I got a cousin, man, he be lying so hard. It's amazing. It's like, he be just coming up with it. No second thoughts. No, you don't need no time to think. Just wham, bam, boom, boom. It be entertaining, man. Look, this how it happened right here. Hey, y'all heard about over there at them Tigers' house? Yeah, what about them Tigers? Man, them Tigers over there crazy, bro. I'm trying to tell you. Look, let me tell you about that. Y'all seen that dang boy sitting down on that pouch? What about that boy? Man, that dead Darrius, man. What you talking about? That dead Darrius, boy. You know, dead Darrius, he got killed by that dang truck over there. Truck running them over. And he been dead ever since. And when he died, they stuffed the body and put that mug on the pouch. Man, you lying. I ain't lying. I swear to God. I swear to God. Shit.